welcome to the Reds roll call. It is a Reds roll call for a very important day, which is the Carabao Cup Final. We have Brian and Nalante. I'm all Liverpooled up. Got my Liverpool cap, my Liverpool jacket, got my scarf. I'm ready. As if I'm at the game myself. And that's why we're happy to have you here with us as well. Hopefully you are good, and then hopefully you are ready for this ride. Brian, how are you?
Yeah, very well. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Everyone, hope everyone is well. A few people in already, so hope you're all excited. First trophy of the season. Yeah, let's go.
First, let's get it in. Let's get that. Let's get that in the cupboard. Oh my goodness, Nalante, big up, big up. Um, Hopefully you're well. How are you?
Yeah, you're right, 12. Big old rest of the chat. I was watching the Arsenal Chelsea game, which was a bit dead. Dreary, dreary to be honest. We go again. We go again.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I haven't. Today I woke up barely, but I did wake up um, barely and
Very early, very
barely,
early, very early.
barely see. But but I woke up and I didn't even really have any of the other games on my mind. Actually, I have one focus and I'm ready for this. But I'm assuming that Arsenal has prevailed in that or is prevailing.
1-0.
Of course. Off,
Marino.
was it off a set piece?
Yeah,
Oh,
Odegaard.
oh, why not? Why not? All right. Well, whatever.
Spurs got beat 2-0 by Fulham.
Ah, jeez. Spurs being Spurs. But that was at Fulham, though. That was at Fulham, I think, right?
Yeah,
The
Spurs are
comeback.
in 13th.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Definitely.
Spurs is really dropping. KJ,
I
how we
think
doing?
one thing that's holding Ange in his job is the fact that they're still in Europa. So, and they're still one of the favorites in Europa. They have an outside chance of winning that, but it does not matter. Just like the Rock, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. It is all about Liverpool today. We have a great lineup. Looks like or some really good some good ones. Some I would have probably want different selections, but if you can, Brian, can you tell us who is starting and who is on the bench?
Yeah, for Liverpool today, starting in goal is Kelleher. We're going with a back four of Kwanzaa at right back, the central defensive duo, the league winning central defensive duo of Van Dijk and Ibu Kanade. We've got Robbo the man. The man has
Mm,
got, more trophies than the rest of Scotland put together, probably now at this stage. Then
recognize,
we've got,
present.
yeah, we've got the midfield that we all expected, Grav, Dom, McAllister. And then up front, bit of a disappointment for some people, especially for 12th and maybe myself as well. Jota in the middle, Diaz on the left, and Mo on the right.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what it is. On the bench, then we've got a very strong bench. We have Allison, Endo, Nunez, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Simicas, and the youth player getting his chance today on the bench is Young McConnell. So
Mm.
he'll round out the bench for us. And then the Newcastle lineup is Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier at right back, Shar and Dan Byrne making up the central defence, Tino Livramento in a somewhat unfamiliar left back role this season. He played there last year, but he hasn't played there much this year. Only one start at left back this season for him, so this is his second. and their strong midfield, very strong midfield. Guimaraes, captain, Sandro Tonali, Joe Linton in the three. Then their front three, as expected, Jacob Murphy off the right, Harvey Barnes off the left,
Mm,
and man of the moment, the man on everybody's lips, Alexander Isak through the middle.
mm. Well, that's not that bad. Not bad. I got the Newcastle lineup picked. I actually I'm trying to think if I want Nunez in the pick. I think I said I wanted Nunez, but I knew this coach was going to pick pick Hata. It's just if Hata's fit, Hata gets the start. It looks like. Um, but and it's interesting too. I don't know if that says more about Cody's fitness or if this coach has gone away from the whole picking the front three of Cody, Lucho, Salah, as opposed to the starting three that started this season actually, which is Salah, Hata, and Diaz. How are you feeling about this? How are you feeling about this lineup, Irishman?
Yeah, I think I'm hoping it's just fitness because for me, I would have started Gakpo, but maybe he's just not quite there. Like I said last night, I don't think it's not it's not an anybody anything. It's just I don't think either Nunes or Jota have really done much to impress in the last few weeks. So it was like, oh, okay, who are you going to pick? He's the
Mm,
coach. Other than that, yeah, pretty happy. I like the midfield. Like the back four. Um, and the bench, especially if you look at their bench. I didn't mention their bench actually. They've got Kraft, they've got Target, they've got Oswolo, or is it Osula, um, Longstaff, Willock, Miley. I think they're subs there. Sorry, yeah, Dubravka, Kraft, Target, Longstaff, Willock, Miley, Neve, Wilson. I mean, that's not much. There's not a lot on that bench.
yeah,
Our bench is really strong, really, really strong.
yeah.
So
It was up our bench here. High Lord did us the pleasure of putting that in. Big up High Lord. Um, yeah, it's wild seeing Ali on the Ali as a substitute, but
yeah,
okay, you
like
know.
most of those guys, they're walk into a lot of teams, like Simi, Endo, Jones,
I
Elliott,
think
Chiesa, Nunez, Gakpo. They walk into a lot of teams.
yeah, every one of those names on that list, even McConnell would start on some teams in this league. I think.
Yeah, yeah, it's a big vote of confidence for him, I think, especially since he had his transfer or loan deal vetoed by Slot
Yeah,
because there was a chance for him to go away, and Slot said, "No, I want to keep that guy around." So
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of trust and confidence been shown in him. And he did
yeah.
play in the last one, didn't he? He played in the previous cup final with McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
Nolante, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he did.
Yeah. He came as a sub, right? So yeah. He played.
We get the five
So,
subs. I'm looking at
lucky talisman there.
Mm.
the substitutes now, just in my mind, thinking of like who someone's going to be the odd man out to not get not get an opportunity to touch the pitch. I think we all have a sneaking feeling on who that odd man's going to be. Yeah, or at least one of the odd men who's going to be left out of this lineup, unfortunately. Excuse me. But let's I'm always optimistic. I know the whole yeah, I know, Bonkers. You didn't have to write it down. You didn't have to tell us. You didn't have to say it. But with Hata, I know that I'm not bubbling over with optimism about Hata's start, but I'm hoping that he does his duty and does well. So obviously it's nothing personal. It's more about the team. the team than it is about the individual. So I'm hoping that he can measure up to the bar and make a good play today. Nolante, how are you feeling about this lineup? And what are you feeling about this game?
In terms of the lineup, no comment.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything about that lineup. I'll just help to do the job. And if they don't, then you're gonna hear words. So, in terms of the game, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we're favourites, but I'm not going to be fooled by the favourites tag. We've been there before against lesser teams in the division low, and we struggled. So it's going to be up in game, and let's see.
I have a question for you both, and you can tell us in the chat how you're feeling about the lineup too, if you want. We'll definitely keep it a part of the conversation. But what I was going to ask is, for so long with Klopp, we held on to that underdog, I don't want to say mentality, but certainly, we had we often would go into these competitions, into the finals, even into the season sometimes, with this, well, we're the underdog. We're not, it's City's season to lose or title to lose. The same with even this year, it was Arsenal's title to lose. It wasn't no one really had this team picked to win this title, except for a few. There were a few. I know Pops is in the chat. Barnes is in the chat. I know Drifty had it. I'm speaking for myself too. I know I was picking this team to actually win the title this year. But you said that we're the favorites in this. Do you think that we're going into this with that mentality, or do you think it's more of like, could that maybe be for a team that's been set into this? We're the underdogs. We got something to fight for, something to prove. Does that maybe set a dangerous precedent for us, do you think? Or do we have to just start getting used to being the favorites? I'll ask that to Nolante, actually.
It is what it is. At the end of the day, we've been it before, and we struggled in it. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer, but since we're favourites against Plymouth, and we blew that. So it just is what it is. The players, they've been in enough games to not let it phase them. It's about them doing their job. So we'll see. That's what I'm going to say. We will see.
Okay. All right. I'm just asking. I know Pop's saying we didn't hold on to it. We were factually up against the best team in the Prem in the last 6 to 7 years. So, big up. Callum, big up. I see you. Sometimes he's changed his name a couple of times, but I see that it is Callum because he's got it in brackets. But that is something that people have held against him, or not held against him, meaning like when Klopp, they would often, people would sometimes say, like they didn't like the fact that we had this like underdog mentality, and sometimes we just were. Let's just be honest. Sometimes we just were, but yeah, some people sometimes connected it as, oh well, you've kind of attach yourself as being the forever underdog. I'm just asking the question from that perspective. Not saying that I believe that, just saying that I definitely think we're the bougie bonton of football in Europe, meaning like we walk like a champion, talk like a champion. But shout out to anyone knows that reference. But
Bujo, walk like a champion, talk like a champion. We don't want to do the champion. Nah.
Man.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
JK.
Bless,
Big
bro.
up, JK.
Bless me,
Big
Brian.
Is that is that like too far setting, or is that too far thinking? Like you know, are you into the whole like, hey, we're favorites. Let's let's
Yeah.
play, or is he going into that? Let's keep ourselves measured. Let's be humble.
Mm,
Or are you gonna like, yeah, just do that, do the buju bantan.
what do you want to-
Walk.
like for me, when you need to have arrogance in football, but you got to be humble with it. You can't be cheeky and cocky with it, but you got to play tough because you're champions. You know, I think sometimes in games we lack that toughness, and then I think if we win the league this season, hopefully that will get it into our system to be a little bit tougher in games. And for me, underdog and all that sort of stuff. For me, as long as we're top dog, that's the main thing. You know.
Abdul thinks for the underdog. I wouldn't agree.
But for
I
this
wouldn't agree
game,
with that. I would not agree with that.
nah, bro.
Wait,
Abdul, we're top dogs for this one.
Elaborate on your point. Elaborate on your point.
It's not really a word I ever really use with us, underdog. I mean, not outright favorite, maybe, but no team as good as us with our history, with our players, with all that can ever be really like a I don't know, like a Buster Douglas or something. You know, it's not that. You know, we're always like JK saying, we're one of the top dogs, maybe
Mhm.
in certain periods, but it's never a word I'd ever really associate with us as a club. The underdog. We might not be at our
Mhm.
fighting best sometimes, but we're still. Oh, he's just trying to downplay it. Okay. You see the reaction you got in the chat to him. You got to pick your words wisely. Pick your words wisely.
Like
But
when I look at the form, like Newcastle, they've got 2 wins in 5. They lost the other 3. So yeah, I'm not really like for me. Newcastle are hot and cold, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the dangerous thing about this Newcastle team. I will admit that is that you never know. They're not necessarily, they're not Tottenham in the sense of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You know, one minute they'll come out and score 3-4 goals against, Manchester United or City or something, but then, go up against Ipswich and lose, But there's certainly a team that when they were informed, they really, really were a formidable team. It's just a question. It's a question. It's definitely Virgil's got his work cut out for him today. He's going to definitely have to be the man who marks most likely Isak, right? Because normally you do see Virgil sometimes take on whoever is their striker, being like, we've seen some big matchups between him and Holland, for instance, or obviously him versus Isak. Some even said the last time they matched up that Isak had got the better of Virgil van Dijk, who we all think is the king of defense. But is it that simple today, do you think? Is it just the matter of neutralizing? Is it just about neutralizing Isak, or is it about winning the midfield that could be the difference maker, or or is it about maybe even, getting something different and getting our striker involved a little bit quicker and easier today? Is it maybe something along those lines? What is it do you think is your key to us really unlocking a victory today? I'll ask that of the panel. Tell me in the chat too if you have an idea, or just at least in your opinion, what is the idea? I know if you did have the idea, you'd probably be on the coaching staff. But here's your audition. JK, what's your thoughts?
Like for me, bro, there's two things. For me, the midfield battle, because their midfield, they've got all three who they normally, their normal starters, Tonali, Joe Linton, and Bruno. So for me, that's one key area. For me, is Jota. Jota's a very key member of this team. He's getting a lot of starts in the big games, so he's had his chances. And I think today, I don't want to put pressure on him and that, but for me, he has to sort of step it up now, get involved, shoot, score, whatever he has to do. Just get involved in the game. So I think he's been missing in the PSG games, both of them. He was trying. He always tries, Jota, you know. But for me, sometimes trying isn't enough. Darwin tries and sometimes get a goal, get an assist, you know. But for me, Jota, a long time he hasn't had a goal and stuff. So the midfield area and the Jota situation, very important.
Okay. Nalante, how about for you?
I'll say it's the midfield is the key for me, and that's where the game's going to be won, and that's the area I'm worried about. And I'm not going to say the reason why, because I just want to see how this game unfolds. Because I don't want to go into a rant. So we'll see. It's just the midfield.
Okay. Midfield for you. Hata for JK. How about for you, Irishman?
If it goes midfield, yeah. If it goes midfield, definitely. It's a really, really strong battle in there. Mac versus Bruno. You can go long, you can go over it. You know, you can take it out of the equation sometimes, you know, with Diaz, if he wants to run, if Diaz will run away from the ball for once, rather than trying to come and get the ball and carry it, get wide, give them options, do what Mo does, stay high, cheat, you know, and get Keller going long, go over him. I think it'll be with the Isak thing. I think if Isak drops a tiny bit deep, you'll get push Ibu out on him. Ibu likes to go out. Virgil likes to sit and read the game and wait until the last moment to make his telling interventions. You know, I think Ibu will try and go to Isak and close him down, whereas VVD will wait a little bit and assess things coming. So we could be passing Isak off a bit. You know, he's Ibu's now, and now he's VVD's. But then if you do that, you also have to look at what you. So that's the, like you said, we'd be the ones coaching in the dressing room. You say, "Oh, just do this, just do that," you know. But I do believe what they do will be a little bit predictable. And how does a Barnes and a Murphy perform in a cup final? This is a cup final. This is Wembley. It's not an FA Cup final. It's not like back in the day where there's 50 million people around the world watching, but still a big game. So Newcastle need a trophy. All this money, all these ambitions they have. Can they step up? There's a lot of mental pressure on them. We've been there. Like, we are basically the epitome of been there, done that in cup finals in the last few years. Under a different manager, yes, but with a lot of the same players. So Virgil just were like, "Oh yeah, I know this place. Yeah, we've won a few bits and pieces here. I'll sit there. I like that the last time. I was comfortable there." You know, it's good. Keller has good memories, so I don't think the pressure will be on them as much. But you do have to then work that way, don't you? Like, it's going to be sitting there going, "Jesus, Newcastle wanted that so badly. They just didn't stop running. They didn't stop this." So we have to expect a bit of that. But our boys have the experience. Their boys don't. They've got a couple of lads in there. Trippier, he's won stuff. Bruno is a big player. They don't really have, you know, massive game-winning experience, trophy-winning experience. So just make that pay. Make that pay for us. Use the mentality. Let their nerves and their nervous energy get the better of them. Time up for 20 minutes and then see it out. That'd be great, but whether that happens or not is a different story, isn't it?
Yeah, that could be a whole different story. I know that one thing I am mindful of is, you just brought it up too, about
Take care, folks.
Definitely. I'm sure that the guys at Bayesian Reds TV are certainly going to be doing a watch along for this one. So definitely go and check them out after this roll call. I also know that what I was about to bring up is the physicality on the pitch today. Do you think that we'll be up for it? Because I'm certain that there's going to be a little bit of like physical play from the from Barnes's guy Joe Linton, and even from Bruno G. Certainly, they're going to probably try to target McAllister, trying to basically get involved in some little bit of scuffles here and there with him. Do you think that we're up? Do you think that we're up for the measure on this one, or do you think that we need to try to like stay? Okay, he says you better be up for it. Do you think that we need to be like? Do you think that we can kind of make them even pay, basically, for trying to use those tactics? I'll ask in the reverse order here. I'll go to Brian, Brian first this time, and then go Nalante, JK.
No, I don't. I enjoy physical battles. I enjoy seeing that on the pitch. Mac will relish that. He'll be really looking forward to that and putting his stamp on the game in midfield. Ryan will be very good at evading that kind of stuff. It's very rare you see Gravenberch involved in physical battles, and I don't think that's that he hides, or I don't think it's a coincidence. I just think he manages to kind of glide away from stuff a lot. And Dom will have his running work to do. I think Dominic Szoboszlai to me is just a much more technical and much more talented version of a Joe Linton, who can do all that hard work and hard running, but he also has quality as well that guy doesn't have. So we matched them up. Tonali, yeah, first time for him in England in the cup final. So we don't know too much about him. But yeah, no, I'll relish that physical battle, and I'd enjoy to see us dominate that and win that, and use that to our advantage as well. I don't like the idea of us being out muscled or out forward in the midfield, because then you're going to lose the game. But I think Bruno versus Mac. I hope the ref. I know me, I ignored it, but I hope the ref realizes, okay, these two boys are here to win it. They'll go in hard and fair on each other, but hard and fair, and let that run, let that play out. No early yellows, for someone like for a Bruno or a Mac or someone like that. And that'll be part of it. I'd enjoy to win it that way.
Mm-hmm. Nalante, what are your thoughts?
The team is it's hard for me to say. The team just have to step up. That's all. And if they do, we win this game. If we don't, then it's going to be a long day. So, that's all I've got to say. Really, I'm just trying to analyze it. I just don't want to say no more until this game's over. So that's it.
Okay. All right.
We've got another half an hour in Atlantic, so we better think of something to say.
Yeah. I know.
Like for me, bro, the main thing is the games we've lost this season are games where we haven't really controlled, and also you've allowed the midfield. We've lost the midfield battle. I think the Paris Saint-Germain game, both of them games sort of highlighted to me, even though they only scored one goal and we got one goal. We went to penalties with these guys, I just felt their midfield had more control of the game and created more chances from that. I think that's the only sort of weak point of our team right now. We need to really toughen up today for that final. And that's the only way we're going to win this game. Who's on top of the Premier League right now? It's just, we're not fighting relegation and we're lucky to be in the final. You know what I mean? We're sort of top dogs right now, and we've got to act like that sometimes. Especially in finals.
Yeah.
Like today, I want to see a more dominant display. Klopp didn't allow teams to breathe. That was his style. Where Slot allows that to happen sometimes. And I think that's the way football is sometimes. Like, as soon as you give any team a bit of space, a bit of time, a bit of opportunity, whatever it is, they're going to take advantage of that. And I think with Klopp, we didn't do that. It was full pelt first half. That other team didn't know if they were coming or going. And by that time, we've got 3 goals in the back of the net. You know what I mean? So second half, yeah, we might let a goal in, but we'll end up winning 4-1, 5-1. And that was the way Klopp did it. He didn't allow teams to sort of get it at us. And I think this team, even though there's a lot of same players, they need to really stop that, allowing the opposition getting their foot in the game. And I don't want to see big areas in the middle of the park again. It's a big pitch at Wembley, don't get me wrong. But I've noticed in a lot of games where we're not controlling the midfield, we've got big holes in the middle of the park. And they're just running straight through them.
Yeah.
Normally I'm Mr. Positive before games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just highlighting what I see in the games, you know. I think Jota and that midfield situation, them 2 things for me are the main sort of areas we've got to really sort of step it up.
Mr. Brightside. There you go. Since we're into song references, Mr. Brightside. PSG is seemingly getting the nod for the stronger midfield, but let's not discredit Newcastle. They do have a very strong midfield. Both midfields are very strong.
Well, you
I
put
would
2
even
of
go
them
as
in
far
your
as to say the
bloody
answer
mixed
to have a, what's that?
You put 2 of them in your mixed 11 there the other night. It was 2 Newcastle.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Just going up. Yeah. I still feel a little bit like weird about putting Tonali in over. I thought Dom should have been in as that pick, but it's all good. It's all good. Dom's got a chance to make everyone eat crow on that one today. But what I was going to say is that their midfield certainly has like I think their midfield. I think the difference between the midfield between PSG and Newcastle is that Newcastle's midfield is a more physical midfield, I would say, than the more possibly technical, if not like, they're more technically talented. PSG is over this midfield, but yet, they used but again, Newcastle used their physicality to create opportunities for themselves and to demand dominance in the midfield. But hey, it's about, I'll give you one thing. You know what? Did you not believe that we had despite what we saw, because we didn't see us having the better midfield against PSG, but I thought that we had the better midfield going into that matchup. Would you agree on that? And I have a follow-up too for that. But did you not agree that or at least, you know how people say, oh, well, games aren't won on paper and blah, blah, blah. But I meant like just in your mind, I would have at least thought, or at least I thought that we had a better midfield. We didn't show that to be the case. I definitely will give their midfield a nod in outperforming our midfield. Would you not say the same in this matchup too, as well?
I mean, like pre-PSG games, I think our midfield was sound. It's only in the last few weeks where I've seen fatigue in Gravenberch's game.
Mm-hmm.
And now we haven't played since Tuesday. Hopefully, Gravenberch is rested up and ready to go. I think he's very important not in the way we play, but in what he does. So for me, just if all fit, all playing on top of their game, our midfield is one of the best in the league. And what it is, there's potential there as well. We haven't seen the best of all 3 of them, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. I'm hoping that it does. If anything, I'm hoping that it really brings the legs and brings back that intensity that we've all come to love from Gravy. We haven't really had the same type of gravy, as of late.
He's been simmering in the pot,
it's the good gravy. Yeah. Maybe it's lately it's been the overcooked gravy. Now, hopefully, it'll be the well simmered gravy. The same for. Let's be honest. The same for Salah. The same for Kanate. Two players that are that one that's wasn't necessarily at his best against PSG, and that was obviously Salah, who had some great opportunities to, see us through. And also, even I guess you could say almost bigger question too is Kanate going to be able to give us a full 90? If not, considering how a lot of these finals have gone, possibly more than the full 90. And that's the big question, because then we are on, we're on the bare scrapings when it comes to our center halves, much less our right backs. So, I know we all know Endo can do a job at center half, and could also possibly most likely do a job at right back. Doesn't matter where you put him. He's got Milner traits in him, but it's probably not something that we want to see have to be utilized. Any concerns about that, or do you think that is that something that you're not really putting into thought? I'll ask that of Brian.
Isn't Atlante checked out? Is he gone?
He's on mute.
He's maintaining his web of silence, is he?
Right.
Yeah. No,
That's a good point too, by the way. By Pops, but he's saying that's why the Gorgon, or that's why Endo is on the bench, and McConnell too, that could possibly provide coverage for the midfield in case we do have to utilize Endo as a center half, or maybe even a right back today.
Oh, he can come in definitely. That's the Millie. How many Millie even played left back for us? Plenty of times, and he did a good job. You can never have. Oh no, sorry, you can't have too many of those kind of players, but you always need one of those utility knife, Swiss Army knife players who just for some reason can do a job at a high level. I think we might be assuming he can do a job at right back. I'm not sure if he'd want to play there for 6 games.
Right back once before. He has played.
A bit, but you wouldn't want to be starting. It's kind of like 20 minutes left. Come on, lock it down.
Germany or Belgium, I want to say, but
he won't let you down, kind of thing. But I think he could be important in this game to come on, lock it down, like it's his role. We know what he's like the specialist now. That movie, The Specialist.
Mm-hmm.
He knows it, and he knows it to a T. What's expected of him when he comes on, and like the other day, then where all of a sudden, dude, I need you to go in and step and doing a job at centre half for me for a little while. Cool, you don't need to explain too much, especially on the sideline. It's like boom, something's happened. Endo, you ready to do a job? Bang, course down, boss. You don't need to sit there and coach. Like, say we needed Jonesy to come on and do a special role. You can imagine a guy going through the flip chart with him for 5 minutes and pointing out things. You need to be here. You need to be there. Kind of thing.
Tell Endo, hey, go there,
right
do
back.
That's
Football, right back, win game. Yeah, cool. Let's go, Samurai.
Let's go. Yeah, I've stressed it enough. That was one of the major reasons why I think myself, even KJ, why we certainly loved the idea of Endo being a part of this team from the very beginning, simply because when Milner was moving on, we needed that, exactly what you said, that Swiss Army knife, that player that no matter what you need him for, he's going to give 110%, and give you at least a 7 out of 10 performance, which is, what you need. And every once in a while, maybe even you'll have that moment from him as well, as we did against Fulham, for instance, or as he did for his team in the Bundesliga before coming to our team. How he ended up winning, got a header to win the game for them that kept them up in the Bundesliga. That's why he's become such a cult hero back in Germany, and why I believe he's certainly. But as I certainly predicted, he would become here in England. So big up to Endo. Also, I would say I am hoping we can get this game done and kind of in hand by halftime. I'd like to see us start early. Do you think this is going to be a second half FC performance, or do you think this is going to be something where you see us actually, get our motor running? Is that how the song goes?
Get out on the highway.
Yeah, there you go. It's all about the lyrics today. Yeah. What do you think? Nalante? Is this gonna be a second half FC, or is this I don't know. I'm not gonna go into all of it all. Yeah, there's one too. Maybe even when we get Mo to drop it like it's slot. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one. That's funny.
That's a good one.
Not bad. Red Tom. Yeah.
Just don't drop the trophy. Don't drop the trophy. That's all.
No.
We need red armchair on here on the panel.
Was that Griezmann? Was it Griezmann that dropped the World Cup? Yeah, well, I think it was Griezmann dropped the World Cup under the bus or something. Wasn't it someone anyway recently?
Oh yeah.
They had the trophy on the bus and they dropped it and it went under the wheels or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It went under the bus at least, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was also Jack Grealish who almost dropped himself off the bus one time. I think
that'd be Jackie Boy, all right. Yeah.
Yeah. He almost fell off the bus. Wasn't prepared for that quick stop, apparently. What are you thinking though, Nalante? Second half FC, or are we going to get this rocking and rolling? We got about 15 minutes before kickoff. We got about 10 minutes left before we'll let you go, get situated and settled in. Definitely give a shout as to where you're going to be watching the game if you can for us, where you're representing today if you want. Be even better if you want to drop that in the chat. But how you feeling, Nalante? Is this second half FC, or are we going to get this started from the gate? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Set it off on the left.
Well, 112 is just not to go to extra time, so just win the game within 90 minutes. First half, second half, I'm not bothered. Just win the game in 90 minutes, done. That's it.
All right. How about for you, JK? How about for you?
Look, bro, for me, we got to start the game off strong.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give them a little taste of anything. For me, the guy who's replaced Gordon, Barnes, he played against West Ham. He got an assist in that game. So, he knows how to play football. So, for me, don't give them an inkling and then try to get the game done in the first half for a change. We're Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
We're top of the
That's
league.
asking a lot, man. First half done and dusted.
For me, bro, we can do it. We're capable of getting 2-3 goals. It's not that we're not. We've done it. I just feel the way we played in the last few games, we've gave too much respect to the opposition. Hence why they've controlled that midfield. So today, I don't want to see no respect in that way. I just want to see the job get done. Even though we've won games in the last month, there were some displays I was thinking, you know what, it could be better. So today, I just want to see us sort of start off well. We started off well against PSG, bro. Salah had them 2 chances in the box. We started off on a good... First 10 minutes was all Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see that sort of energy again today. Straight from the off, bang, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, even if we scored 2, they won't just pack it up and walk away. Things pops.
Yeah, no, they were.
Yes, definitely. If you want a place to go and watch with, or at least watch along with some, definitely proper Reds. Beijing Reds TV is going to be having a show after this. Let's
No,
get our motors
I'll put
running.
the
Yeah,
I'll put the link in there for
Steppenwolf,
yeah.
Born to be Wild. That's right. It is Steppenwolf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Just making
Okay.
sure. Just making sure.
No, I was agreeing. No, I was confirming. Yeah, I was just asking for the score predictions. They're flying in now. If you want to have a look at them.
Oh yes, let's get him. Let's get him in.
Mark's going with a 2-1 after extra time. Ouch. We don't need that for the Heart. Barney with a 3-1, I'm assuming, in regulation, normal time. Red Armchair 2-1 to the pool. VVD and Mo, extra added scorer predictions. Jimmy, good to see you, man. Good to see you in. I hope you're well. 3-0. 3-0 for Jimmy. So we've got a 2-1, a 3-1, a 2-1, and a 3-0 so far. Everybody's confident. They might be nervous, but they're confident. Philip with a 2-0.
Okay.
2-0 pool, yeah. JK, get ready with yours.
A little Steve head out on Stevie Highway, maybe. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, nice.
Let's go 2-0. 2-0 is my favorite sort of score this season for some reason. So I'm gonna go with the 2-0. It could be a 4.
We're probably gonna get through the whole song if everyone's dropping the lyrics. Were you going 2-0? You're on JK?
Yeah, 2-0 or 4-2.
Woo. All right. I remember not Barnes, but Pops gave a little, maybe do a little old school 4-3 or something like that. He said maybe at one point.
Oh, last night. Yeah. Last
Yeah.
night. Someone said, let's bring back the classic 4-3. I think that was
Yeah.
Pops,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll put the link in for Pops' watch along. So after the show, anyone can
rock
jump
and
on.
roll. So you can definitely check out the channel there. You know, we are all brothers and sisters in this fight. We are all Reds, so we all support each other. So definitely appreciate the camaraderie, and we also appreciate the family that we have. So about 4 minutes left in this right now. Geez, let's definitely get it started. Big up to everyone that's joining us still. I hope that it's going to be a absolutely fantastic experience for wherever you're watching this game. That's solely and certainly from the heart. Pop's saying, let's run it back 4-3. I got you. And let's see. Yes. I think who I'm feeling. I'm just going through my mind to see who am I feeling right now. Let's go. How about let's get Gravy a goal today? This could be let's hopefully the universe allows for this to be Gravy's moment today. Hopefully they let Gravy have his moment today and get a goal for us today, kind of set us off. Set it off on the left jaw, set it off on the right jaw, set it off. We'll see. Pass and move. It's the Liverpool groove. Yay, there you go. See? Everybody's got a little like
music in them.
It's electric. It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie. Right? There you go. Nunez and Curtis Jones. Okay.
Oh.
Wow. That would be a little second half FC most likely if that's going to happen.
Yeah, that would be that.
Gap goes on the bench. Chiesa. There's a lot of guys there. The bench is okay.
Bench is superb. Bench is really good.
Bench is a
It's
thorough,
options.
definitely.
The options.
Yes, right. All right. Big up to Jimmy,
A
by
bit
the
light
way.
on defenders.
Big up
A little
Bunkers.
bit light. Sorry, just it is a wee bit light on defenders because we're looking and go, wow, that's a super strong bench. And then when you look at it, it's because the only defender on it is Simicast.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know,
Some would
it's
be
very
like that's really even a defender per se. But yeah.
yeah. We would ordinarily you'd have a centre half on there. You know,
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
have a Gomez or you'd have so it is, not any bad juju, but if we did need to make a change there, it would be we've got Endo and Simi, so we're good. But we are stacked,
Mm-hmm.
very much stacked in terms of I think you'll have a lot more options. And Eddie Howe. The one thing I'll be looking out for would be Tenali shooting from range.
Mm.
That's something I think we need to maybe keep a tiny eye on because, like I said, if we get wrapped up in Isaac and all that, we forget that they don't just have a strong midfield. Tenali and with Tenali especially, and Bruno have quality long range shots on them. So if we focus too much on the Isaac threat, we will ignore those other threats they have. At our
Okay.
peril.
Okay. Okay. Well, people, it's about that time. Definitely. Definitely. Nice. Bring out the 4-leaf clovers.
All right.
And we can all use a bit of luck. So hopefully we can get some of that today, as well as some great performances as well from our boys on the pitch. Let's go. Geez. It all starts right now. You can already feel it. Up the Reds, my people. Up the Reds as always. Let's definitely have a safe and enjoyable time. We wish you all the best with wherever you're going to be able to watch this game. Quickly, you guys want to say a peace out before we let the people do the thing?
Enjoy the game, people, and we'll catch you on the post-match game show. But enjoy the game.
Okay.
Let's win.
Okay. Lante's in the zone, by the way, people. That's a Shamrock. My fault. Okay, that's a Shamrock. Okay, got you.
Shamrock.
And Brian, final
Just
shout.
what the lads say. Have a great day. Enjoy the game, and whatever way it goes, we'll be back here afterwards. And I hope all of you will be too. So enjoy the game and come back in a couple of hours with our first trophy of the season under the belt.
Let's do it. Let's do it, people. Up the Reds, my people. Definitely see you on the other side. Enjoy the game and peace.